as ACC Media Days have come to an end, and yesterday we put out a video talking about the entire kind of quarterback layout in the ACC and why we feel like it's probably the most underrated quarterback conference, as well as why we think it could be the best quarterback conference by the end of the year if several guys pan out. But one guy who is not underrated is DJ U from Clemson. I want to take a few minutes and talk about 3 reasons why I think he can lead Clemson to national championship this year. And one quick thing before we dive into that, we actually put out a video of DJU and what separates him from other quarterbacks. We talked about kind of one main trait, and that's the ability to fit the ball into tight windows and tight spaces. So if you're interested in kind of a more detailed breakdown of that specific reason why he is separated from other quarterbacks, I'd encourage you to kind of just go back to our videos and check that out. But today we want to talk about 3 reasons why he can lead Clemson to national championship this year. Before we dive into the film and before we dive into those reasons, I want to encourage you to consider subscribing to our YouTube channel if you like any quarterback related content. As long as it relates to the quarterback position, it's fair game here. So the 3 reasons I think he can lead Clemson to national championship this year is because of the throws he can make. He can make throws outside the numbers, to the middle of the field, and on the run. And while that sounds like simple, no duh, not a lot of quarterbacks can do all 3 well, and DJ can do all 3 well. And we're going to see several examples. Even though it was only 2 games he started last year, we're going to see several examples of him doing that well. And with a full season ahead, that will kind of confirm to us how good of a quarterback he really is. But you'll see guys who can throw on the run well, throw outside the numbers well, throw middle of the field well, throw 2 out of the 3 well, or throw 3, average to decent. And I think DJU does all 3 well. So I think the ability to make all 3 of those type of throws, I think, can help the potential of Clemson winning a national championship this year in 2021. So enough of y'all seeing my face. Let's go ahead and dive into the actual film of DJU, and we're going to watch, of course, the games against Boston College and Notre Dame. But we're going to start off with his ability to throw the ball outside the numbers. We're going to watch those clips first, dive into middle of the field throws, and then throws on the run. So here's an out throw by DJ, throwing to the outside the numbers from the left hash to the right side of the field. Close enough to outside the numbers, not quite. Good job of the receiver breaking a tackle, getting upfield. But the ability to get the ball out there quick without any hesitation, being very decisive with his throws is what leads him to that play. Nice quick throw. Again, throwing to the outside of the field. Good example there on that out. So here's DJ throwing outside the numbers. I want to break this throw down just in a little detail here, but let's go ahead and watch it first. But it's a good job throwing his guy open and throwing where the space is, not where the receiver is going. So this is a mature throw because we're going to watch this deep out here. So again, it's a good demonstration throwing the ball outside the numbers, but it's a zone route. So if he keeps throwing to where the receiver is going, that DB has it covered perfectly. But there is space right here. So as opposed to quote unquote leading his receiver, he throws it to space to let his receiver adjust to it, and his receiver is able to make a good catch and pick up a first down. But very good throw by DJ, just throwing where space is as opposed to where the receiver is going. Small stuff like that he did several times in his 2 games he started last year. I think we'll see more of that. But just a good, accurate throw to space, get upfield. Good job by DJ there. So here's a perfect throw and an out route through the bottom of the screen from DJ. Again, not a lot of room for error. Ball is out right when the receiver breaks. So we got off coverage, right? Inside technique, off coverage. Ball is out as he's breaking. Rocket throw to the outside of the numbers. That's impossible to cover, especially with that type of throw. So again, just a great example of what it looks like when you can throw outside the numbers and throw those deep outs, how tough it is to defend. And then when he's able to come back and hit middle of the field throws or throw on the run. So just very tough to defend. Ball comes out. That's a good job there. Here's a great outside the numbers throw from DJ. It's going to be from the left hash to the right side of the field. And we're going to count it outside the numbers. Good stop and go. Able to push it downfield, but that's a long throw that he's able to, again, like we talked about in one of the previous clips, throw a nice 2-ball, right? So in between a rocket and in between just an absolute bomb, able to fit it nicely into that hole there, kind of a little hole shot if you want to call it that. But I think it's a good example of throwing the ball, 1, downfield, and then 2, outside the numbers from the left hash to the right side of the field. Hard to defend those type of throws. Here's a good outside the numbers throw here from DJ. It's going to be to the right side of the field from the right hash. It's not like a super long throw, but still outside the numbers. Good coverage, throws this guy open, and kind of goes back to the first point we made in the first video about DJ, is the ability to fit the ball in the tight spaces because of his anticipation and decision making. So I think understanding why he's able to do this is important too, but just a good example of throwing the ball to the outside of the numbers here. back foot hits, ball comes out. So here's a play we've used before on DJs, some film breakdowns, and just the ability to fit the ball in the middle of the field, throw the middle of the field. We'll see this post route here. Rides the receiver, or rides the running back real quick, throws a strike for a touchdown. Gets small window there like we talked about in the previous video, but just a great example of fitting the ball downfield and over the middle of the field as well in the post. Not a lot of room for error, able to make that ball throwing that ball exactly where it needs to be thrown, to the middle of the field. Let's watch it from this angle here. Good job riding with the running back. Quick release. Good example there of being able to throw the middle of the field. As far as the middle of the field throws go, it doesn't get much better than this throw here. So we're going to watch it real quick, and then I want to break it down a little bit in more detail because several things going on. That's a rope down the middle of the field. Tough throw to make. So a few good things DJ does well here. First read's not there, looking down here. Eyes down there. He shifts, adjusts his feet, adjusts his vision, knows his receiver's coming here. So right now it looks like there's going to be a decent hole, but you got the safety here, you got the backer here, and you got the trailing DB there as well. And he's able to make that throw into a tight space. Very good throw over the middle of the field. Does not get much better than that. Again, able to throw that ball. If we watch let's go ahead and watch the behind the center angle, or I'm sorry, the end zone angle here. You can kind of see him go through his progressions. Let's see if I can speed this up a little bit. There we go. So go through these progressions over here first, comes back, finds his kind of backside receiver, nothing there, finds the backside receiver, fits the ball in the middle of the field on his kind of second or third look. So here's a downfield throw from DJ, touchdown here, and this is what I call a two ball, and anyone that's watched this channel has heard me describe this before. It's in between a rocket and a bomb. So if he throws a rocket here, it's probably not going to get there. If he throws a bomb, then there's too much time for the DB to recover, so it's kind of right in between. Let's watch this here. Very good throw downfield, relatively ease. Good job in the pocket. And so I think you see a lot of these throws from DJ. So he's known from his big time arm, but he can take some touch. He can put some touch on the ball and take some off when he needs to. You get a good angle from it right here. But good mature throw from DJ, and a good example of pushing the ball downfield and not having to throw an absolute bomb, if you will. It's kind of a right in between a bomb and a rocket throw. Put some touch on it. Receiver's able to go get it. Touchdown from the middle of the field. Here's a touchdown from DJ on the run here against Notre Dame. Gets out. And just notice how just because he is a threat to run and he's a good athlete, notice how the shift of the backers are always here. Now, even though they're going the same direction the tight end is going, their eyes are on DJ the whole time with his threat to run. He pulls them forward, leaving wide open pass for DJ. Good throw on the run, but just his athleticism and his ability to run, him being a threat as a runner, brings those backers up towards him, and then of course he's able to make an easy throw for DJ, that is. So here's DJ throwing on the run again using his athleticism. This is a clip we've used before in the past for DJ, but I think it's a good example of his athleticism and being able to throw on the run from multiple positions. We'll see running back come out of the backfield. Linebackers come up towards him. Good job by DJ to be able to throw it, pressure in his face, and on the run there. Athletic throw, tougher than it looks as well. We'll go ahead and watch this angle here. Look at the pressure in his face here. On the run. Pressure in the face, delivers a good ball. Just another good example of DJ's legs setting up the pass. Here's DJ on a design rollout to the right. Nice, easy throw for him. Put some zip on the ball. But throws with relatively ease, as with most of his throws, especially those kind of short to intermediate range throws. We'll watch from the behind the line of scrimmage angle. Again, athletic enough to get outside the tackle box, eyes downfield. Nice, good throw. Just an example of him throwing on the run. So again, we saw a few clips of him throwing to the outside of the numbers, whether it's an out route, go route, or just a stop route. We saw the ability to throw middle of the field, slant, post, seam, and then we also saw the ability to throw on the run. Most of the plays we saw were designed rollouts and design throws on the run, but there are also clips of him scrambling and throwing on the run as well. So I think the fact he can do all three well only bodes well for Clemson's chances to win a national championship this year. And of course, a lot of factors have to go right to win a national championship, but I think that fact that every throw on the field is fair game and he can do it well is only going to help Clemson's chances this year. But I want to hear from you. Do you think Clemson can win a national championship this year? Do you think the reasons I put out there are valid? And what do you think about DJU this year in 2021? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll see you next time on our next quarterback-related video.